Long ago, before the age of steel towers and electric gods, when the Orisha still walked among men, Ogun the Iron One ruled the forge and the flame. His name commanded reverence, for he was the giver of tools, the breaker of chains, the sculptor of war and peace alike. But as generations passed, men forgot. In the village of Ajayi, nestled near the river Osun, a blacksmith named Kalechi stumbled upon a strange ore buried beneath his workshop. It pulsed faintly, a rhythm like a heart. Metal, not of this world, deeper than iron, darker than night. His dreams became feverish, full of whispers and visions of a blade that could command gods. Obsessed, Kelechi shaped the metal in secret. He did not offer it to Ogun, nor did he seek blessing from the priests. He simply forged. The sword that emerged was unlike anything seen by mortal eyes. It bled heat. Its edges shimmered with strange symbols that danced and disappeared when stared at too long. He named it Eku Orun, Death of Heaven. And instead of sealing it away, he carried it to King Adedayo, the warlord of the western tribes, who had long dreamt of empire. Adedayo took the blade with trembling hands. The moment his fingers touched the hilt, thunder cracked across the sky. Rivers recoiled, birds fell from the trees. That night, Adedayo marched with fire in his heart and Aku Orun in hand. His enemies fell like grass before fire. No weapon could match it. No charm could defend against it. With each battle, the blade grew warmer, humming with hunger, and Ogun watched. When the seventh blood moon rose, the god of iron descended. He came not with fanfare, nor heralds, but with the silence of the forge before the hammer falls. The sky blackened, the trees bent low, and from the heart of the earth, Ogun emerged, his hammer in one hand and judgment in the other. He entered the palace of King Adedayo. Guards raised spears. They melted in their hands. The walls wept rust. The air turned sharp, slicing skin from bone. Kelechi, now gaunt with guilt, fell to his knees. "I wanted to honor you, Lord Ogun," he whispered. "With what?" Ogun said, his voice like iron grinding against stone. "With stolen flame? With forgotten rights? You forged a curse." With one swing of his hammer, Kelechi was no more. But Ogun did not destroy the blade. Number, he cast it. He drove it into Adedayo's chest, where it fused with his bones. The king screamed, not from pain, but from transformation. His flesh became armor, his veins rivers of molten iron. The god left him to wander, a cursed being, neither dead nor alive. The village of Ajayi burned for 7 days. No water could quench it. When the smoke cleared, nothing remained but soot and a single phrase carved in stone: "Let no man forge for glory, lest the forge become his tomb." Centuries passed. In the modern city of Lagos, where towers scratched the clouds and people worshipped light and speed, a young archaeologist named Amaka found an ancient scroll hidden in a bronze box. Her fingers tingled as she opened it. The language was old, nearly lost, but one line burned into her mind: "Eku Orun shall rise again when the flame is stolen." That night, her dreams were filled with fire and blood. She saw a forest, thick and wild, a blade buried in the stone, and eyes, glowing, watching. She awoke with soot on her palms. Drawn by visions, she ventured into the ancient forests of Osun State, guided only by instinct and echoing whispers. Deep beneath tangled roots, she found the remnants of a forge. Symbols etched in the floor matched those in the scroll. She chanted them. The ground trembled, the air ignited. From the earth, The blade rose, reborn, untouched by time. It leapt into her hand like it remembered her, and in that moment, Ogun returned. He came through fire, not sky, no longer the silent god, but wrath incarnate. The forest bowed before him. Animals fled. Amaka stared, blade in hand. "You called it forth," Ogun said. "You awakened the curse." "I didn't mean to," she whispered, "but you did. Now the blood debt is yours. The blade must be silenced." Again. And so it began. Deep beneath Olumo Rock, the cursed king stood. Adedayo, bound to Iku Orun, felt the call. His body reformed, cracking open like old stone, iron bursting from within. He rose, his footsteps shaking the land. As he walked, weapons grew from his limbs, swords, spears, whips of chain. He marched not with an army, but as one. In her dreams, Amaka saw cities consumed by a flame, people bowing to the blade, Ogun bleeding into the soil. She knew she had only one path. With Ogun's hammer gifted to her, she stood at the gates of Ile-Ife, waiting. Adedayo arrived as a storm. Metal bent around him. The ground turned to slag. They met at the center of the ancient city where gods once danced. The cursed king raised his many weapons. Amaka lifted Ogun's hammer. The clash was unlike anything seen by gods or men. Sparks ignited the sky. Every blow cracked the land. But with each strike, the blade called to her. "Let me in," it whispered. "We can end this together." Her arms trembled. The hammer grew heavier. She fell to one knee. The blade's voice grew louder. Then, with a scream that shattered the air, she hurled the hammer aside and drove the blade into her own chest. Light exploded. Time fractured. When the dust settled, Adedayo was no more. His body crumbled into rust, swept away by the wind. Amaka stood, heart still beating, eyes glowing faintly. The blade had vanished, consumed, contained. Ogun descended once more. He looked at her, not with wrath, but with quiet respect. "You carry the fire now." He turned and walked into the smoke. Today, in a quiet forge on the outskirts of Ibadan, a woman crafts tools with her bare hands. Her skin glows when she walks. Her fire never fades. And sometimes, when the wind is right, villagers say they hear the ring of a hammer striking ancient stone and the low whisper of a god who remembers. Let no one forget Ogun's wrath.